welcome you today to the official launching of Big Luxury Court right here in Sangotedo, behind the Monastery Road. This is a prime location for your investment. This is a place that your investment will be. This is a location whereby you will be begging people will be begging you to sell rather than when you be begging people to buy. And one of the factors you should look at for when you want to invest in property for buy and build is not just that property alone. You look at the environment. What are those landmarks, infrastructures around it that will lead to high demand for properties, that will lead to increase in rental income, that will be increase in rental demand, which will lead to increase in rental income and the rest of them. Because real estate investment is not just about you buying land and living it for so long and trying to resell it. Those investments are for capital gain. While you are investing in real estate, also making cash flow is also very important, and that is why this property is here for you. Less than 4 minutes drive off the Lekki Expressway, and this road you are seeing right here has been awarded. Contracts have been awarded to work on this road all the way from Abidjan down to the Ogongbo Road. So this is what this road has been awarded, and that is the Monastery, and over there is the Shoprite. So it's already in a built-up location. So I want you to listen to my MD or what he has to say, the plan for this estate, and what he plans to do here.
Are there fine people here? Let's give ourselves a round of applause. My name is Lekki Ajiboye. I call myself the Chief Errand Officer of FKC, CEO. CEO is not easy. Most of you are CEOs, and I know you understand what it means. So I'm here to talk about the project Big Luxury. This project is going to be different by the grace of God, in terms of excellence, in terms of speed, in terms of delivery, in terms of value. I'm happy that from day one we can see that the soil is dry. It's not like our regular project that you see water everywhere. After one soup, you say, because why is the only water, people are always battling. Sometimes to get a genuine land is not easy. So anywhere it's genuine, you have to do your maths and see how it can work out. So this is Big Luxury Court. This is going to be the entrance. We have our land all the way there. So what we've tried to do is to acquire more land to gain access to this main place. Are we together? So the land is actually almost like being in the middle of nowhere at the back. If you see the layout. So we are still trying to acquire more. This is the entrance now. It looks very tiny from the layout. So we're actually using all this plot of land to access the big space, and which we know is a very good selling point for us. So we'll still continue to expand it. The land is going to be, by the grace of God, about 19 hectares at the end of the day. And we might get more by the grace of God. So we have designed it to have bungalows. Bungalows has been a signature of our affordable housing, and we've been able to see a lot of people keen to it and they like the model. But this one, because we've called it luxury, we've decided to change the design, make some modifications, make it fitted, completely finished, cooker units, gas, HTF doors. So the luxury must speak for itself in this one. It's different from our basic affordable housing or bungalow. Our bungalows in Awoyaya are actually driven towards low cost. I hope you understand what I mean. Where people can buy, and I've seen a lot of people buy them and transform those bungalows. I entered one of our residents in one of the bungalows house, and I was like, wow. His entrance is remote, thumb key. He changed his doors to the style he wants. All his walls are different. You think you're in a palace, gold plated, and I'm like, wow. But that is the starting point of it. We're able to provide a platform for him to own a property. So this one, as much as possible, people will not really need to do anything again, because the walls will be well screeded. We're using quality paints and all of that. So we're having both lands, we're having buildings, bungalows and terraces. Originally, when we were going to start this place, we mentioned it last year that bungalow is coming to Monastery. How many of us remember? We had to withdraw it. We withdrew it because we were looking at the cost of building. Last year was a very, very serious inflationary year. A lot of things went haywire and the price was crazy. So we decided to say this year, okay, let's introduce Monastery and sell only land. And when we looked at it again, for us as a business, anywhere we sell land, the property does not appreciate. Oh, land only. Let me use that word. And the more people start moving in, the price starts going up. So investors are happy. So we decided to add limited number of bungalows and limited number of terraces. As the economy changes and price becomes stable, we'll be able to introduce more buildings. Are we together? So these land sizes are varying from 300 to 400, some 450, 600 and above. But we also minimize our land size to 300 specifically for approval. I'm not sure you can get the approval for a land less than 300 in Lagos State. And when you can't get approval for a land of 300, that means it will affect what people will build in the estate, and people can start building on the fence, or before you know it, your neighbors, you'll be passing sugar across each other's fence. We don't want that. So as much as possible, because if we have 300, our 300 is 15 meters by 20. 15 in front. By approval standard, your setback should be 3 meters on all sides. So if you remove 3 meters from the width of 15, you have 9, right? So 9 meters is an average of from this pillar to that third pillar. This is like 3 meters. 1, 2, 3. So with 9 meters, you can comfortably even build a duplex, okay? Because I have 15 in front, 3, that's 60 and 9. So you can build a duplex. But if you now reduce the size of the land, because we've also seen people tell us, can you reduce the size of the land? We want to own a piece. It does not make sense if you own a piece and it is without value. Are you with me? So we do 300 and then the length is 20. So according to building standard also, your front must be minimum of 6 meters. The rear must be 3 meters. So if you remove 9 meters again from 20, you have 11. So your build area is actually an average of 9 by 11, 99 square meters. So averagely you can do duplex, you can do one family, you can do flat down, flat up. So that's why we have a minimum of 300, and then we have multiple. We also have commercial, and then so we have a lot of facilities that we put in here. I'm also happy. What? Okay. So I'm also happy that this time that we are starting this project, they say all things work for good. Government just approved this road in January. This road. I hope some of you have seen that they are doing it. Yeah, so it was like I told my team, this is like one of the first estates we'll do that we are not spending money on external road. So it's a big breather for us. So they've approved this road and they started working. So it's also going to affect appreciation in this place, because the road is going all the way to the Atlantic. So it's going to affect, it's not just going to affect our property here, everything in this neighborhood. So if your clients are keen into this property, they can be rest assured that it's a good buy. So let me come to title. So this environment, some of you have asked me questions. Oh, this land was abandoned for long, there are litigations, there are fights. Yes, which is true. The land was originally owned, the entire land was originally owned by Olumegbon family, okay? And then they had over, if not over 400 hectares or thereabouts that government gave them with C of O. But the land also acquired other people's land. So they went to court, typical land transactions in Nigeria. They were in court for a couple of years, not just 1 year, 2 years, they go for a long time. So at the end of the day, both parties resolved to settle out of court. So Lagos State government was involved, the Lagos family, the Moko family, all the other villages here were involved. So they sat down together, they met at the, what is it called? Is it the mediation center? And they had their meeting, and then all parties resolved to settle. And so it is called consent judgment. So when a consent judgment is done, no party can appeal it again. Are you getting me? So it's almost like the best title, even more than C of O. Lawyers. Where are the lawyers?
I prefer
Ben. Yes, because your C of O, somebody can challenge it. Exactly. But it's a consent judgment, nobody can call for it again. So there's a consent judgment on it, and everything was purely done. So we waited all the time for them to make sure everything was clear, the coast is clear. So by the grace of God, we speak peace on this environment and development. If you have been here in January, there was nothing happening here. I hope you know. So the moment the veil is lifted, so I think it is working in all of us' favor. It will bring more sales, more increase, more development to this neighborhood. So as I said, the land is going to be about 19 hectares. That's a lot of plots. That about the project. I've talked about the title, I've talked about the development plan, and then by the grace of God, we'll be starting. So our model over the years has been use our own backward integration model. But for this one, as much as possible, we are going to engage a lot of contractors to make the work faster in terms of the building and all of that. And by the grace of God, we also have a good land that is not flooded for us to do our work. So in the next 1 month, you'll be shocked with a lot of development you'll find here by the grace of God. So that's development plan. We also shared the development plans, and then we also extended the payment plan to 18 months, which ends today. And so from today, the price, I've said that the price is going to 40 million for the land. And then, so the 600 square meter land goes to 40 million at 12 midnight. Okay. As the enter, I say, hey, you don't kill me. So we have looked at it as much as possible. We want to encourage. One of my greatest joys is to see people buy property from us, being able to move in, and when they want to trade with it, they are happy to sell and move on. So one of our clients from Phase 3, when we launched this one, he came to me and said, "How are you doing these numbers?" That he lives on this street. That, how do you want to do bungalow? I said, "How did we do the one in Phase 3? How have we done the others? They are almost like impossible. We've had losses, and then God has also looked for ways to compensate us. But we are also happy that in business of the up and what? Now, but this year all of us will make profits. I don't want losses at all. I don't want. And you too, you will not have losses. So as much as possible, please cooperate with us. So the 18 months plan ends today. Yes. Let me finish, please. Hold on. Interest-free 18 months plan ends today. So the interest-free period comes back to 12 months. So we want you to be happy, and then we want to also deliver to our clients. So before I take question and answers, I would like to take question and answers now, and then I will talk about the company. I know a lot of people don't know about efficacy. I've had many conversations that are like, where is your office? When did you people start? Who is your MD? And then some of them will say, so many comments, so many negative comments anyway. But we are genuine, that's the first thing. We have been through a couple of years, and then through those years we have learned, we have evolved. We have made mistakes, we have become better. We are not perfect, okay? And then we are efficacy. I'm the MD of efficacy. We officially started 2008, August 2008. So let me talk about myself and I will link it to efficacy. So I started my first business at 19 years while I was in Laspotech. I'm a graduate of University of Lagos. But I studied electrical engineering from Laspotech. I did OND, then direct entry to University of Lagos Electrical Engineering. Then from there I worked at CBN. I didn't work in money area. So don't say maybe CBN got his money. I worked as a systems engineer for a couple of time. Then I joined a company called Setbats in Oregon as a site manager. I did projects in Adamawa, Meduguri. Those are all these primary health centers. And then from there, I joined another company, trading properties, TPCL. As a graduate of electrical engineering, fresh graduate, all of us we all wanted to go to oil company. I remember wanted to work in oil company like me then. So I wrote many tests, interviews. You just like they didn't call me again, so I thought the witches and wizards of my father's house were really doing business with me. Thank you, Pastor. So I thought the witches and wizards of my father's house were on my case. Because out of my roommates in Unilag, there were 5 in a row. All of them entered welcome, only me. I was like, hey, it's about me. But I didn't know that God was preparing me for something greater. So applied to Total, Chevron, Mobile, did tests. They will say all those that did not pass, they will notify them. That's the way they do. They will not notify me that I didn't pass the interview, but I will not get the employment letter. So I just decided to stay in construction, and then I found myself in TPCL. So I worked there till I started efficacy. I learned real estate. That was when we were doing projects in Mowe or Father and all of that. So I had a master's in project management. So when I started efficacy, I have a MBA from Lincoln University, Oakland, US. That was 2010 before I got married. And gradually I built efficacy with the help of God with some good people. One of it is my wife. She's here, Mrs. Ajiboye. She's the one spending the money. You can see the difference between the two of us. She says she's women in real estate. I go beg her come office, so she go spend the money. I'm not looking at them. Just give me food this night. But she's working very well. She handles our procurement, contractors, and all of that. She's also a graduate of University of Lagos. I met her on campus. I was one that invited her to fellowship. So when we were doing Catch Them Young, some of you can remember, at the university gate in Unilag, I was saying, come to fellowship. She was just coming as year 1, I was in year 4. As I just brought her in. That's how we look alike. Okay. So that was how we got to, God helped us. And so from there I have about 3 masters. I don't like book, but I read to protect my interest and the business. So I have a law degree, LLM from University of Salford in Manchester. I had my first PhD in 2013 in infrastructure development. And I'm doing a second PhD at Aston Business School in Birmingham. Maybe one day I'll become minister. I've been LUP 75, 76, 77. I know that is what it is. APC, Progress, PDP. All of them are here. We are all one Nigeria, irrespective of our differences. Today we are doing business. But Bible says, see as a man diligent in his work. He shall not stand before what? Me, he shall stand before kings. So that's one of my motivation. I've been preparing myself. So tomorrow if they say I should come and become minister, you should be happy for me. You better come out. Okay, so I have a second PhD that I'm doing. What else again? A lot of people, my staff used to help me with doing assignment very well. Like Glory Oyema, when I was doing the law degree, she used to. But the one I did by myself, I had more grades. Where is she? So that's a little bit about us. We've done a lot of projects across different states in Nigeria. Presently, we are working in Edo State. My team are in states presently now. Outside the fact that we do real estate, we do a lot of industrial construction. So efficacy will be also going back to Abuja market this year by the grace of God. We started estate in Abuja in 2011. How many of us can remember that they demolished about 1,000 houses on Lugbe Road in 2011? How many people? Yeah, efficacy was part of it. So it was Goza Junction. That estate was on the left, we were on the right. All those land that they claimed for Centenary City, efficacy was. I still have the newspaper. So they had to relocate us. But thank God we've not started building. We only had some foundations and fences. So you can see that we burned our fingers too. So they positioned us to where we have Idu train station now. So that place is also coming up very well. We also have in where we have Amak Housing Estate on that Lugbe Road also, right on the road. Our property is just on the road. We also have something in what's the name of this place? Starts with K. Kurudu. Yeah, we have in Kurudu. We have about 4 locations. We have in Jabi as much as possible. We are hoping that this year also we'll be able to start something in Abuja as the political environment becomes stable and friendly. So some of you should start getting ready to whet your appetite. They've told us that there's no bungalow in Abuja anyway, so we won't be doing bungalow in Abuja. We have tried to get approval for it. They said Abuja land is too expensive. They don't want bungalows. So back to this project. If you have any questions about efficacy, efficacy is a well-structured organization. We have a legal team headed by Barrister Oyemade. She's been practicing for about 15 years or so, or about more than a decade. I have our real estate by Barrister Glory. Yeah, you all know her very well. The Dash Glory, the good glory, right? She's good. I know that the pressure can be upon her, on her many times. So I want to also apologize on those that are offended by her. She's a good girl. She's a good woman. I also met her from University of Lagos. So she was my protégé in the fellowship, NIFES. And then she was also, I finished before you came in now. I finished. So I used to go to school to mentor them in campus fellowship. So, mentor, she's not my wife, this is my wife. So you say everybody are mentoring. But she's been a very good woman. And so please, let's also encourage her. I also have our procurement department. We have QS Tayo, she's our cost manager. I have QS Franca, you've met them. That's our procurement manager also. Very smart people, young people, and then we'll be glad to assist you. We are not perfect too. Our relationship officers, I know some of you send them mails, they will not reply. I can't find them now. They are hiding. I have Esther here. I have Sunshine. The sun is shining today. I have most of them there, and then we intentionally want you to be dealing with them. But there will be a relationship manager for this project. That's Barrister Pius. Pius, please come. So he's the one that will be relating with you on this particular project. If there are any issues, feel free to escalate to us. He's a lawyer, and I'm sure he'll be able to guide you on processes, documentation, responses as much as possible. How many of us know Atikan Beach?
Yes.
Barracuda, because it's on that road going to Prime 2. That road is not actually the coastal road. That's a community road. So if you are going on that road like this, you take about 200 meters to your left, away from the ocean. That is the coastal road. So that coastal road cuts across. Many people are built on coastal road there as much. But I'm sorry, it's going because they moved that coastal road many times. So that's where it's still very far away from this place. So you can take that lineage from there. Okay, so yes, I've also gotten a lot of questions on, is there corner piece? There's always corner piece. But we don't see a big difference in corner piece. Corner pieces are located based on completion of payments. You make your full payment today, we allocate corner piece available, take it. In fact, if you are going to educate your clients, when you use corner piece, you lose more land that you cannot build on. So there is a requirement that any side of your land that is facing a road, you must leave 6 meters. 6 meters, exactly. So if your road, there's a road in front like this and like that, you are losing 6 meters here instead of just 3 meters. So you just make your compound have space, but it's not a buildable space. Do you understand? So people need to have that knowledge. So you just have the land there, but you can't build on it. All right. Any other question?
Yes, please. I have a question, please. My name is...
How did you get microphone? Only you have microphone.
Imagine.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay. My name is Priscilla.
You are front of a speaker.
Okay. My name is Priscilla and I represent my business, Prime Global Consults.
Okay.
I have a question on documentation. There's something we were trying to resolve yesterday. This property has CFO, which is obviously not in the name of efficacy. So someone wanted to verify the document. So the CFO was given and a sketch of layout was given. But there was nothing showing relationship between efficacy and the owner of the CFO. So we wanted that clarification yesterday. We wanted a document but we couldn't lay hand on any documents.
Okay, good.
They were just promises and they were not.
All right,
Thank
so
you.
I will explain it now. Like I said earlier, there's a global C of O in the name of Olumegbo Investment something something. So there's a court settlement or consent judgment that has divided the land. So the people we bought from are the people that benefited from the consent judgment. So the people that are signing for us are no longer the people that owns the CFO, because their portion that the consent has given has been delineated away, separated from the entire CFO. We have a document from the people that we have bought from, and then our legal team will share it with you. All right. But you see between efficacy and the names of the family members. Thank you. Any question again? Yes, we have a layout, but like I said, it is still provisional. So as much as possible, I'm emphasizing that provisional so that it will not be that the client will come and say, "But this is the layout, this is where I chose." That is why we don't allocate to people. We don't let people choose on paper. As we keep doing the design, things will start. Like me now, one of the things we've changed from this layout, you will see that the 600 square meters are inside. I don't want that. As much as possible, I will combine it so that whoever is building first, there will be clustered development. If I go and push some people inside and they are the ones that are building, that means the entire front will be bush. And I'd rather put land at the back. People that buy land develop last. Are you following me? The people that I'm selling houses to, I'll bring them in front so that as people are coming, they'll be seeing construction before they get to the empty land. So it's still provisional, but we have it and it's still work in progress. Sorry, the weather is good. It's better than raining, so we thank God. We'll soon be done today. 20% start, 12 midnight, the same price, but everything changes by 25th of this month. I think that is fair on us. Thank you. Any other question? Eshe? It's an organization that will be providing eco-friendly energy for the estate. Apart from renewable energy, that's what I meant by that. Apart from PATM, but this place, because it's a luxury, anybody that can afford to buy property here should be able to afford to pay for 24 hours electricity. It's intentional that we do not introduce it in our bungalows because we see that it's supposed to be affordable housing. And as much as possible, people there, you cannot tell a retiree to be paying for electricity 150,000, 200,000 per month because they are using 24 hours. But whenever PATM is off, you need to power the generator. So there will be 24 hours electricity. There will be sewage treatment plants. Already we use biodigesters across our bungalows, but we also have modular water treatment here. There will be recreation area for basketball, football, swimming pool, and all of those things, and underground drainage systems. So, yes. Any other questions? What about trees? How we plant trees? But we have to cut every tree now. It's painful, we have to cut them because we don't know what is going to be on which they will start planting trees. We plant trees. Yes, outright payment attracts 10% discount. Up to 25th. Up to 25th. Outright payment. I'm hungry now, so outright payment attracts 10% discount. And any returning client that is buying gets a further discount. That will be after 25th. That will be after 25th. Any returning client that is buying, because I already have returning clients that I've bought now. So any returning clients that are buying will be getting after 20. Okay, we'll be getting after 25th of this month. I think that is fair. All right. Thank you very much. Yes, sir. No, I'm not doing underground cable. I can't confirm that yet. If we can do it, we'll do it, but I can't confirm that yet.
Okay, you're welcome. You have heard it right now that the price, official price, pre-launch ended today, but due to a lot of plea and pleading and negotiation with our ND, decided to extend it to 25th of this month. So make sure you key into this investment. This is a prime location We have both land and houses for sale, and payment plan are very flexible. This is something you cannot get elsewhere. Give me a call today. Let me help you secure this investment. Thank you.